There we are. Hi, Stampers. Thanks for joining me. Happy Friday. My name's Janet, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I've got a super cute baby card. It is a fancy fold card that I'm going to make tonight. And if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you'd like to shop with me, here is my shopping address. And I do have a February host code. So if you shop and spend $35 or more with me, the following month I will send you a little thank you gift. If you that's for $35 up to $150. If you shop for $150 or more, don't use that code because you would earn your own host rewards. So this code is for under $150 and $35 or more. Okay, so we've got that out of the way. And this is the Cutie Patootie stamp set that I am using. Let me just get this up on my iPad, so if we have anybody that wants to chat, then I can see it. There we go. And so please come in, say hello, tell me where you're watching from tonight. And if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button, and then also be sure to click the bell because that will let you know when upcoming videos are going to happen. So I wanted to show you the die set that goes with this stamp set. This is from our annual catalog. It's called Hippo Happiness, and it has stuff to make a hippo, stuff to make a horse or a unicorn. It's got the stamps that you can create a cute little lamb, and then a butterfly, and there's a flower balloon. It's just super cute, and it's got all the little faces and everything. And then the die set's really awesome because it's got all these great like label dies. This one's got, well, these two here have double stitching on them. I love the shapes of both, well, all of them. And this one doesn't have stitched lines, but it's got a really nice shape. So you get all those label dies, plus you get dies to cut out the critters, the balloon. You get 3 little flower dies, so you don't have to run your stuff through your machine as often. It's got 2 for the leaves. This one is a stem, and then the balloon and the butterfly. So it's a really nice die set, even if you weren't wanting the hippo stamp set, if you just wanted it for these awesome labels. But let's get started. Bring in my parts and pieces. Like I said, this is a fancy, I guess, fun fold, fancy fold, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to give you the measurements real quick here of what I'm using. So this is going to be the card base, and it is 5.5, so our typical width here, and then it is cut at 6 1/4, but you're going to score it at 4 1/4 like we typically do, and then we're just going to have this little flap that goes across there in the front. And I've cut this one out of Balmy Blue, and I'm just giving it a burnish here with my bone folder. And then I've got another one here. This one is cut at 10 1/2. Let me just double check. So this is going to be our inside card, 10.5 by 4, if you're wanting to write the measurements down. And it is scored at 5.25. And this is going to get put inside here. And then we have a little piece here for this front flap of patterned paper. And I'm going to be using the front and back side of this paper. This paper is from the, it's the Brights Collection Designer Series paper. So you can kind of see all the different colors. It's got that fun polka dot. It's got some with writing on it. It has some that looks like wood. And then it's got this pattern too. I really like this. So you can get it in all the different color collections. So this piece is 3 3/4 by 5. And this is going to be going on the front of this card. And then I have some layering pieces. So these can kind of be whatever sizes you want. But I've cut this one, it's 3 1/4 inches square. And I ran this through the subtle embossing folder. And in case you're new and you don't know what that is, I left one out so I can show you. So this is the Subtles embossing folder. It just puts this nice texture in there. And you kind of want to get it straight in there unless you're wanting your pattern to be at a diagonal or something, then you can obviously put it in that way. But I kind of want mine to be straight. And then I'm just going to run this through my machine real quick. Okay. So there is that texture on the paper. It just gives it a little something extra. So I have 2 pieces that size, and they're both ran through that embossing folder. And then I have 2 squares of balmy blue. I cut these squares at 3 1/4 inches, and I've already cut one out using the layering squares dies. It has that nice scalloped edge on it. And again, if you're not familiar with die cutting, I've got a die here that's going to cut out that shape. And I just like to put a little piece of Post-it tape on here to hold my die in place so it doesn't shimmy around and move on me when it goes through the machine. So I'm going to run this through real quick and cut it. Okay, so there we go with that. And then I have this left over if I wanted to, since I got it on there pretty straight, I could actually use that as a little frame on another project if I wanted to. Or it can just go in the trash bin. Okay, so the layering squares dies. Where's the rest of them here? I'll show you. You get a lot in the package. There's 19 dies in this set. So some of them have straight edges and some of them have the scalloped edge. I happen to have used the largest scallop in that set for this one. And then I have 2 more pieces of white here, and they are cut at 2 1/4 inch square. So that is all the measurements there for you. And I'm just going to set that aside. I need one of these little white squares. And I'm going to bring in blending brushes. These are new. They're in our mini catalog now, and you get a pack of 3. And then I just have a microfiber cloth here to clean them off on. I'm going to build a sky and some grass here. So I'm going to use Balmy Blue for the sky. And I'm just going to get a piece of scrap paper here to work off of. So I'm just tapping my brush on the ink pad, and then I'm going to brush off a little bit. Since this is a baby card, I really kind of want soft color here. So you probably aren't even seeing it at this point, but it is on there. You really kind of work with a light hand when you're using the blending brushes, because otherwise, if I push down like right now, it's probably going to leave a weird mark on there that I don't want. So you just try to keep the same pressure going on there and do your circular motions. Start off the edge of your cardstock and build your color up until it's where you want it. And I think that's good for my sky. And then I'm just going to take it and wipe it off on this microfiber towel. I really don't like, these always stick, no matter how much lotion I've put on my hands. These microfiber, they just stick to my skin. I don't like the way they feel, but they work really good for cleaning your brushes off. Now you can run these underwater if you want and clean them off that way, but then it takes quite a amount of time for them to dry. So I just bought several of them that I'm going to use within color families, like light greens, dark greens, light blues, dark blues, that kind of thing. And then I probably am not going to wash them. So now I'm using, did I decide I want this? No, I think I want Pear Pizzazz. I'm going to change my mind. I had pulled out Granny Apple Green, but I'm going to go with Pear Pizzazz. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to turn this over to the bottom of my card and just put some green, excuse me, some green on here to represent the grass. So there is that, and I'm good with that. I left kind of that white bit there in the middle, just because. Okay. Next. All right. So I have mounted up the hippo, and this is a 2-step stamp. And I've got some white scrap paper here. I want to use Balmy Blue, and then Pacific Point is the color that is in that patterned paper that I pulled. So I'm going to bring that out, and I don't think I've stamped the hippo before, so it might take a minute for me to play with this and see how I like it. So I'm going to ink up with the Balmy Blue here. And I'm going to stamp off once and see which I like best. So let's just play with that real quick and see. And then the outline, I'm going to do, whoops. I see what it does. It doesn't really outline. Oh, I just cleaned that off on my chamois. So let me just ink that up and stamp it and see what it does. And then it's hard to get this where you want it when you're not right over the top. Okay, so I like the stamping off once colors that I'm getting there, I think. But let me just try something and we'll see. Let's stamp this guy off once again, and maybe it's easier to do it the opposite way. Oh, that lined up a little better. And I think with the patterned paper, I might like that better. So we will go with that. All right. So I'm going to set that aside, and so I need a piece of scrap here to stamp him on because I'm going to be cutting him out. Let me see if I've got a piece in here that's big enough. That might work. All right, so what did I do? I think I did this one first. I can't remember now because I played with it too many times. That turned out really nice because now I've inked it up enough that it came out with a good image that time. Okay, and then I think I stamped off once with this color. And then let me see if I can line this up. I think I might have got it off a little bit. Oh, that's good enough, I think. Cute. Okay. So there is that. Let me clean those off real quick and we will give him a face. He needs a face. So if you don't have a chamois to clean your stamps off with, particularly your clear ones, but I use it for all mine, all that's on it is water. I keep it in this empty stamp case. This one actually was broken, but that's perfect because it allows ventilation in there so it doesn't get moldy, but it stays wet for a really long time in between. So I can have, I won't have to rinse that out or re-wet it for days or even maybe sometimes a couple of weeks. It does a really good job. Okay. Looks like I left a little ink there on the block. All right. So let me just put those back because I think I might need to use those blocks. And I have the face here, or his mouth and eyes. And I think I'm going to go ahead and do black because our blue is so dark that I want it to show up. So I've got Memento Black here. Let me just do it on here one time so I can kind of see. Oh, I see. I need to line it up with the nostrils. Nostrils. Okay. I can't see what I'm doing. Or is that, no, yeah, that's nostrils. Oh no, those are his eyes. Here's the nostrils. All right, I see what to do. Boy, when you can't get right over the top, it makes it a little difficult, but I think I got it. Cute. It's a hippopotamus. So when our youngest son, Ryan, went to visit his kindergarten before school actually started, you know, you take them in for a little visit so they can get acquainted with the teacher and all. And so they were all sitting at their little desks, and she gave them, if I remember right, she gave them a thing to color, which was a hippopotamus. And so she asked the kids if they knew what that animal was. And Ryan raised his hand and she called on him, and he was so excited and so proud that he knew what it was, and he said it was a hippopotamus. Okay, so now what did I do with my dies? Here they are. Just need to cut this little guy out. And again, I'm going to hold that in place with a piece of Post-it tape here. I love building little critters. They're so fun, so cute. All right, I'll run this through my machine. And there he is. All right, let's bring this piece back in. Now, ahead of time, I went ahead and stamped and cut out a bunch of the little images from the stamp set and with the dies. This little wavy piece is one of the pieces in the die set. And I stamped and cut out the butterfly. It even has a cute little face to put on it. And several flowers. I did the yellow ones with So Saffron. The purple is Highland Heather. And I think there's a pink. The pink one is Petal Pink. And then the leaves I did with Pear Pizzazz and the squiggly lines there for the grass. And am I missing a leaf? Nope, there it is. All right, so I cut out 5 flowers and 5 leaves, and I'm just going to bring my silicone mat in here, which is great for gluing on. The glue comes off, everything comes off of it, and it just keeps your projects from getting messy. Okay, let me put the little flowers and leaves up here. Now, how did there it is. I'm bound and determined to lose one of those little leaves. All right. So I'm just gonna put a little dot of glue on the back of that flower and stick on a leaf. And I'm gonna do that for each one. It has been pouring rain here the whole entire day. And in the forecast, that's the forecast for days and days and days. I'm over it. I mean, it can rain, but give us, you know, some sunshine breaks at least once in a while. I don't have a feeling that that's going to happen. Okay, almost done attaching leaves. All right, there's that. This, okay. So the first thing I'm gonna do is put these little squiggly lines on, and I'm just going to, let me do it on here. I think you can see close enough. I'm just gonna put some little dots. This glue is great glue and it holds. It also dries very fast. It's the Tombow Mono glue. So I'm just putting some little dots. And this is just going to be part of our grass here. I'm going to stick it right there. And I'm going to do the same thing with this one. Now you could also make this bee, if you wanted your hippo to be standing in water, you could use it for water, for waves. I suppose if you wanted to have a snake in your scene, you could put some eyes on it. I prefer no snakes. All right, there we go. And I'm just gonna kind of offset this one from the other one just a little bit. So there's our grass. And then put the flowers on here. So you can create your scene any way you want. It's just kind of fun. Once you get all the little things stamped and cut out, that's what is so time consuming, is cutting all these little tiny things out. But once that's done, then you get the fun of building your scene and putting it all together. Oopsie. Must have had a little bit stuck to my finger. Okay, there is our flowers and our grass and our sky. And now we'll put the little Mr. Hippo on. He's so cute. All right, I'm gonna put glue on his feet here, but I'm gonna pop him out. So I'm gonna put a couple of dimensionals on here. I think I will cut this one in half. There we go. And he is just gonna go right there. Too cute. Okay, and our little butterfly. Okay, butterfly's gonna go on that side, and I'm gonna pop the butterfly up too, because it's got to be fluttering in the sky. There we go. All right, so cute, I think. Okay, there is that. Now we can finish putting this card all together. All right, let's bring this in here. And let's just start. Actually, I need to do some more stamping, so I want to do that before I put this in the inside, because if I messed up stamping, then I wouldn't have my card all glued together where I couldn't fix it. So I'm using sentiments from a couple of different stamp sets. The Oval Occasions is a set that's in the current mini catalog, and the Punch Party is a set that you can earn if you had a $300 order, or maybe you put some orders together with friends or whatever, and you can get this as a hostess gift. And this is just during celebration, so this is during the end, until the end of this month. But from this set, I'm going to use the Oh Baby, You Are Already Loved More Than You Know. And from this set, I'm going to use the Welcome Little One. Okay, so Welcome Little One is going to go on the inside of the card. And there it is right there. And this one's a red rubber set. And I think I will stamp it in the Pacific Point. And I need to be careful because I got ink on the edge of my stamp here. Welcome Little One. Okay. Now also in this set here, I want to use those cute little hearts right there. And I'm going to stamp those with the Balmy Blue. Cute. All right. I think I left a little too much water on my chamois when I got it wet today. Okay, so now that one's ready, but I need to ink or stamp one more thing here, and that is this little piece. And let's see, did I want hearts on that one too? No. Okay, I'm going to stamp that with the "Oh Baby, You Are Already Loved More Than You Know." Here it is. I'm going to stamp the words this time with, what did I do there? Yeah, so maybe I should do the same. So I will, what did I do with it? Here it is. Pacific Point. I've got to get that pad, since I have it open, out of the way so I don't accidentally get anything in it. All right. Nice. And then I have this heart mounted up, and this is from that Punch Party set right there. It's kind of a frame. And this fits really nicely right inside of it. There we go. Okay, I'll set those aside and clean them when I'm done. All right, now I think we're ready to put it together. So make sure I have this where I want it. And I'm just going to get my adhesive here on the back. And then this just needs to get centered inside here. There we go. Now then, this piece is going to go right on there, like, actually like that. That looks kind of like denim, doesn't it? Okay. There we go. And then I need one of these white squares and one of the blue. And these I'm just attaching straight down, so none of this is going to be popped up inside here. All right. And then we are going to just put that right onto there. Now, I made a girl version and not with the hippo. My first card I did, and I will show that one to you when I get this one done. So there we go. Now then, let's get this piece on. Wow. I know you can't hear the rain, but holy cow. All right, so there is that, and I'll set that aside now. This one, we'll go ahead and glue our hippo. So cute. And then this one's going to get popped up. There we go. Now the secret is you have to match this up over the top of that one so that that one doesn't show, and you're only going to put adhesive just on this side here. And I'm going to use liquid glue because I want to be able to shimmy that into place. Okay, and so I like to just kind of take my fingernail and mark where that edge is so that I don't go past. There we go. And then I'm just going to line it up with the other one back there. There we go. And make sure I don't have any glue. So I think we're good. All right, so then, now there is something else you can do. You can actually make, instead of just making this little white piece here flat, I could have cut it twice as long, scored it at the top or on the side. I would probably score it on this side here so that this little card opens up in here if you want to have a lot of things to say. So you can have this card open up in there. So this one opens, and then that one can open if you want it to, and then this one opens this way. With this being a baby card, I I didn't want to have this one open this time, but I have made it that way before, where I have that one open and then this one opens. It's just fun because you have all these different sides to open up here. Now then, I've got these pretty sequins. These are the Whale of a Time sequins, but there's some pretty blue ones in here, and I thought that they would work well with the colors I used here. And so let me just pick out I'm going to pull out the softer color too, I think. And then I know there's different sizes in here. What's this one? I want, ooh, that one's cute. Is there any dark ones that color? Yep, right there, I think. Okay, so that is what I'm gonna do. All right, so those are the sequins I want there. And I'm just using my Take Your Pick tool. This one's got a putty end on it here. And it's just got a little putty. When it starts going dry or whatever, you just screw that down a little bit and it makes more putty come out. And there are replacements for it. So I'm just going to put a little drop of glue there. And I see there is some oozing up from the hole, so I will take my tissue I have over here and kind of dab that because I don't want it to make the front flap of the card stick. So there is that. I think that one's okay. And then I'm just going to bring in a little Wink of Stella, which is a very shimmery liquid that's in this brush tip here. And I'm going to Stella up the wings of the butterfly. And the little middles of the flowers. So let me tilt that and see if you can get the shimmer. There's the shimmer on the butterfly wings at least. Now I could put sequins and stuff on there, but I just think he's so cute. I just want him to be the center of attention there. So there's that, and there's that, and then pops up there. Very fun. Okay, and let me bring in the little girl one I did. I think it turned out so cute too. So this one uses, it's the Flirty Flamingo, is the colors here, and then my base card was Petal Pink, and I did the adorable little unicorn. And so even the horn has a die that cuts out that little piece, and I put Wink of Stella on the horn there. but everything else I did the same way that I did the little hippo. And then I put some fun little flower sequins there around that one, and then there's the inside. So now we've got a girl baby card and a boy baby card. I just think they both turned out so cute. And that's the first time I think that I have built the hippopotamus. I can't remember, but they're very fun, very, very fun. Thanks so much for joining me, and let me just flip this around and say hello so you can see I'm actually a real person. So thanks for joining me, and I hope you'll give this card a try if you have this hippo set. Let me just set that there. And if you don't have the hippo set, you can do this card with anything. In fact, let me show you one more. This one is one I made quite some time ago because, well, I'm not sure if we still have this bird set. I'll have to look and see. It's so cute though. But I made it the same way, except for then this one flips open like I was saying. And then it opens up like that. So instead of just making that one flat, that one flops open there. So cute. It's a really fun card to make, so you'll have to give it a try. And again, for those of you who are catching the replay, I did give all the measurements at the beginning of the video, so just get a paper and pencil and jot those down. Here's the little unicorn again and the little hippo. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back. I will do a live probably on my Facebook page, which is also Janice Stamps, and that will be Tuesday, probably at 5 o'clock on Tuesday. So you can catch me there for another live, and happy stamping. See you soon. Bye-bye.